Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakudash. I want to send double honors unto our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation as always unto the hopeful elect who are teaching this truth sincerely and truthfully and presenting your body as a living sacrifice week in and week out, day in and day out for Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. This is the brother you call Amath coming back once again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Harakak. Lord willing to edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel, consisting of the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans. And this lesson is going to be based off of a statement that one of the fellow brothers in the ministry made, saying you never know who's watching you. You know, in a sense of carrying yourself in a certain way, you never know who's following after your example. You know, because you can set, you know, if you have a younger brother, you know, that may be watching your videos or just watching how you move, watching your conversation, your conduct, you know, you don't want to cause confusion, you know, is the point. You don't want to cause confusion, make them think that they could do certain things, you know, that are against the scriptures, or there may be certain things that are above their strength that only you can, you know, opposed to the younger brother that you can handle, opposed to them, you know, as I mentioned, you know, eating certain food, sacrifice unto idols, you know, that may throw a younger brother off. As the scripture says, you might, you know, you can mess that brother up, man, you know. And just how you move in your daily life, do you move according to the scriptures, or do you move according to your old man? You know, so you always want to set a good example, man, which is what I want to get in here in 1 Timothy, the 4th chapter. And Lord willing, this is edifying unto the hopeful elect, man. You know, so this is 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers. Okay? The believers are who? Those that have been enlightened by this truth, man, one way or another. Those who believe that there's a heavenly Father, that believe in the second coming of Yahushai, you know, the ones that believe in the scriptures, because you have a lot of jakes out here that have Bibles, but you don't have too many believers, man. You know, so it says, be thou an example of the believers in word, you know, the things that you say, in conversation, in the way that you move, in charity, how you operate towards Akim, in spirit, in faith, and in purity. You know, you have to move a certain way, because you can either diminish a brother's faith or you can increase it. Just if you can increase it by being an example of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, as it says, Yahweh Shai was left as an example that we should follow after his steps, man. You know, but you can also follow after the steps of Satan, and you don't want to set that example. You know, you don't want to be that example to a younger brother or any brother, man, who may be wavering in the faith. You know, whatever the case may be, you don't want to. That's how you get blood on your hands, man. You know, you're gonna have to account for the souls that go to the left side, depending on how you move. You know, which leads me to another lesson that I wanted to do. You know, concerning leadership. You know, you have great leadership can create champions, man. You can create somebody that's going to be a champion for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is a soldier of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You can create somebody who's going to be damned. You know, it says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. You know, so the way you carry yourself, it shows a lot, man. You know, I want to get this here in 1 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, in the 1st verse. Salakia, 2nd chapter in the 1st verse. All right, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'm going to start from verse 1. All right, it says, for yourselves, brethren, know our entrance in unto you, that it was not in vain. But even after that we have suffered before, and were shamefully entreated, as ye know, at Philippi, we were bold in our power to speak unto you the gospel of the Most High with much contention. For our exhortation was not of deceit, nor of uncleanness, nor of guile. But as we were allowed of the Most High, you know, how these devils say, or how pretty much how these people in the world say, do you have a degree to teach the Bible, or do you have some type of certificate? Hey, well, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have ordained us, man. He allowed us to teach this word. He allowed his spirit to enter into us and for us to speak it. We don't need any paper that say, hey, we're ministers of the Lord. We don't have to teach out of a synagogue per se. Setting up churches on every corner. We don't have to have one of those to be certified in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And the scriptures tell you that we are ordained of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, even so we speak, not as pleasing men. Salakia. It says, but as we were allowed of the Most High to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but the Most High which tried their hearts. And being put in trust with the gospel, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is a heavy task, man. That's why it says in the book of Exodus, the 18th chapter and the 21st verse, it says the Most High will set up able men. And when you go into that, able men, which the word able is chayal, and the word men is ayash. All right, chayal ayash chayal. All right, and that chayal is strength, integrity, might, efficiency, valor, virtue, uprightness, man. So the Most High didn't just give anybody this word. And once you have this word, man, that's taking the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai on your back, man. And one of the older brothers here in the camp in Nebraska, we were on the highways and the hedges this past weekend, and he made a good point, saying that this truth is like he made a comparison, right? Saying if I gave you my car to use, I trust you with my car to do with it according, to pretty much treat it with some type of respect, man. Not to go drag racing, not to be hitting donuts, going, doing all kind of madness with it, but to treat it with some type of respect, man. That's how the truth is. Matter of fact, I'll get it in Matthew, the 24th chapter, in the I believe the 45th verse. Okay, it says, Matthew 24 and 45. It says, who then is a faithful and wise servant whom his Lord hath made ruler over all his household to give them meat in due season? Okay, who is the Lord's household, man? It's the nation of Israel. We are putting trust over the people, man, to feed the flock, to set good examples to the nation of Israel, man. Not to treat this truth how we want to treat it, not to add onto it and to take away from it, but to do, to treat it with respect, treat it with some type of reverence, honor the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and be grateful, that this truth was even given unto us, man. Because you have 2/3 of our people that are still walking and groping in noonday, man. They're walking around in darkness and straight up ignorance, man. Because the Most High gave them over to these different vile spirits. He allowed these different spirits to get on them, and for their eyes, for the eyes to be sealed. So this is a heavy task, and when you have this ministry, or when you have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you have to apply it, man. Which is one thing the elder brother here in Nebraska tells us, all the time, man. When you read these scriptures, retain and apply, because once you apply it, it becomes second nature. Really it becomes first nature, and you won't even have to think about whether you're doing the right thing, because you're constantly, but you have to be diligent. That's why it says be thou an example in word, in conversation, and in charity, man. Let me get this scripture here in the book of Philippians, the 2nd chapter. All right, it's like here. It says Philippians chapter 2, and I'll start from 13. It says, for it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High, without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation among whom ye shine as lights in the world, man. You know, being in there's so much evil going on. Hey, Jake is hungry. Jake's looking for some type of comfort, man. They're looking for somebody who's going to be a leader, man. They're looking for somebody who's upright, you know. Not all of Israel, obviously, man, because you have more wickedness than anything. That's why it says in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, which that crooked and perverse nation is Israel, man. You know. You also, in this whole entire world, you look around, man, every nation is crooked and perverse, man. You know, there's so many examples of folly and things that lead to destruction. That it says, as we shine as lights in the world, man, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Hamashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain, man. So it's very imperative, it's very, 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 very important that we be a good example, man. You know, hey, which leads me to a scripture in the book of Sirach, the 5th chapter, man. You know, which I'm just gonna quote it, where it says, "Be swift to hear, and be sincere in thy life." If you're sincere in your life, like as I mentioned, it'll become first nature, man. It'll become first nature. You give due diligence unto Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, you pray that He continues to sup with you. You know, so that you can lead His people aright, because you have a lot of people that are leading our people the wrong way, man. And that's why people are sheep to the slaughter. You have these different idols, Martin Luther Kings and Malcolm X's, and these different entertainers in the world. They're leading our people all the way to the left side, man. You know, so we are the lights that shine. We are the ones that shine as lights in this world, man. This world of darkness, man. You know, so that's all I wanted to get into, man. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying and uplifting, man. You know, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors once again unto our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation always unto the hopeful elect and those out there laboring in truth and in sincerity, man. Shalom.